Material progress does not equal to happiness or inner well-being. This is the modern paradox. Today, we have enormous amount of scientific research data to support this fact. Yes, today we have made enormous amount of progress in science, technology, infrastructure, and better standards of living that a vast majority of people in the world are benefiting from. However, our collective subjective well-being, our mental and emotional states are on the decline. Something is fundamentally wrong here. Let's break it down. Have you ever thought, what is the genuine human longing? What is every human being, regardless of their background, culture, nationality, belief systems? What is everybody longing for? What I have found is to feel good on the inside. Everybody, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, is seeking one thing: to feel good on the inside. Every step, every decision, every action an individual takes, eventually the end goal that this individual wants is to feel good on the inside. Let's look at your job, business, or work. Why have you chosen a particular career? Because you are using it as a pathway to eventually feel good on the inside. Same is true with relationships. Whether you want to get into a relationship or break out of a relationship. If a relationship is terrible, you want to break free from it because you're not feeling good. You want to break free from it so that you feel good on the inside. Similarly, you want to get into a new relationship because you want to feel good on the inside. Same is true with education, finances, having fun. Everything that you are engaging in, you are essentially looking to feel good on the inside. The real human longing is inner peace, inner joy, inner fulfillment, or simply inner pleasantness. Everybody, regardless of their background, nationality, whether they are poor, rich, or middle class, educated or not, want only one thing. Everybody wants to feel good on the inside. And this is what inner well-being is about. If you are engaged in doing good things like exercising, volunteering, or planting trees, you are doing these kind of things to feel good on the inside. And this is true even with wrongdoings. Cheating on your partner, raping somebody, stealing, having drugs. All of this, essentially what an individual is looking for to feel good on the inside. This is just a means. This is just a pathway. And it is finding expression through this to achieve this. All of human drama, all of the circus that we are doing is essentially for one thing: to feel good on the inside. Every human being, regardless of their background, culture, belief systems, whether they are rich, poor, or middle class, educated or not, are essentially looking for one thing, and one thing only: to feel good on the inside. Every action, every decision that you make is to eventually feel good on the inside. You don't wake up in the morning saying you will do X or Y to feel terrible on the inside. That is never the intention for most people or for any person. When you engage in a certain activity, you take a certain step or you make a certain decision, it is essentially to feel good on the inside. This is the very fundamental reason which is driving every other human thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. One thing that we are all unanimously wanting to experience is to feel good on the inside. Every action has an underlying belief. Why do you study hard to get a job? Why do you desire a spouse? Or why do you want to make a lot of money? Because you believe that these things will make you happy. Essentially, what you are looking for is to feel good on the inside. All of your actions is powered by your belief. And you have one expectation. What you are looking for is to feel good on the inside. Now let's dive deeper to understand things and see things more clearly. The reality is that there are two dimensions of human existence: the outer world and the inner world. We are seeing today an increased amount of affluence, comforts, conveniences, and powerful technologies that a vast majority of people in the world are benefiting from. But unfortunately, the inner well-being and mental health are on the decline. Our beliefs and expectations do not match. Something is fundamentally wrong here. And the problem is that we have ignored the inner dimension. The outer world consists of objects, peoples, and situations. And the inner world consists of the mind, thoughts, emotions, memory, and imagination, and the breath. However, our education system, economies, governments, and our collective ways of living have only paid attention to the outer world and completely ignored the inner world. This lack of understanding of the human system is the very reason why we are seeing a decline in inner well-being and mental health globally, despite so much progress in the outer world. The sad reality is that our education system and society has never given any importance to the inner world. Most people, unfortunately, do not know how to manage their mind and emotions. Unfortunately, most people are not equipped with the knowledge and skills about how to handle their inner world. This lack of education about the inner world is what is contributing to the decline of the inner well-being and mental health globally. Because we have been outward focused purely on the outer world, we spend our whole life trying to manipulate, organize, or influence objects, people, and situations to trigger one response, to trigger an inner response. And what we are looking for is to feel good on the inside. Every human is dabbling with the outer world, essentially to trigger a response on the inner world. And what the expectation of every human is, the longing of every human is to feel good on the inside. We have done exceptionally well in the outer world. but very, very poorly in our inner world. Because of this, today we are seeing a lot of people who are experiencing great amount of outer comfort, but tremendous inner chaos. Without understanding the human system and without giving any importance to the inner world and learning how to handle and operate the inner world, achieving the balance between outer comfort and inner pleasantness is almost impossible. It is time that we recognize and give importance to the inner dimension of being human. Today, we have enormous amount of scientific evidence to back this up. Just as we need knowledge and skills to navigate the outer world, we also need the relevant knowledge and skills to navigate the inner world. It is only then that we can strike a balance between outer comfort and inner pleasantness. Hey, by the way, I am Tulay Sharma, the author of the book The Human Education, which is about understanding the design of the human system and learning how to operate your mind, body, and breath for your overall well-being and flourishing, for your inner peace and success. If you're interested, please click the link in the description, and thank you very, very much.